ugly. Just don't touch me. You're ugly. These women love me. Bro, they trying to me. That's the wrong way. Me back. Yeah, buddy, if you get lucky, it'll get yucky. Little buddy touch me. I can turn auntie into a. I'm in the S5 facing cuffy, cause I can't name that.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. And off we go from Denver. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go now.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Huffman, and he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Dancing to his left. And he goes out right around the 39. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
He didn't like what he saw downfield, decided his best course of action was to take off and run. And that ended up being a gamble that did not pay off for him. Now they would have to gamble again if they want to keep this series going.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
I'm laughing because I'm not so sure I would have made this call. I'm not so sure I would have said, yeah, let's go ahead and get this one, especially at this point of the game. But give him credit. He had a feeling and carried it through.
Yeah, that's one where you think, okay, if you're down, 2 minutes left, the ball's near midfield, you go for it. But in this stage, at that part of the field, but like you said, it worked. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on 1st down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
To throw, here's Willis. And his throw here's incomplete. Marquise Bell, give him credit. He had the coverage on the play. But you look at this Bronco defense. They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And they needed to be, because that game was a game you don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and they got it done.
Now Willis to throw. This one incomplete. Probably should have been picked. A little nonchalant with the throw to the safety valve, but it's 4th down. Here's Jordan Stout now. He'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. Working out of the gun, Williams. To the sideline and incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Trap 60, trap 60. Here we go, Shice. Go street. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Huh.
To the air, Williams. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Go! Buffalo 18, Dragon 60. Curve 19, curve 19, 70 range, 70 range. Ready?
From the gun, here's Williams. Finds Pickens out right. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the 1st, right around the 15. The Broncos send out their punter now, standing just about on his own goal line. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Shotgun snap to Willis. Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. How to get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Here's 2nd and 10. Willis will look to throw it. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Here now, 3rd and a yard. The middle. Huffman. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Gets it out quickly here to the left flat. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's go now. 7-5, 7-5. Last thing, 19. 79 Broncos. 18 right, 18, 19 right. 18 right here.
Willis. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
Working free to drop it for the sack there was Amari Barno.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Back to throw, Willis.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Good yardage there on the scramble, and all of a sudden they're left with a 3rd and 2, much more manageable. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Off the play fake, here's Willis. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down.
Back to throw, Willis.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15.
Willis looking to throw it.
And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
So Tyler Bass on now for the field goal.
Right hash, 37-yard attempt.
The kick by Bass is good.
And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0.
Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here. And now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
And they nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48.
18 Cardinals, 18 Cardinals. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
Play action. Now Williams. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. You look at this Arizona defense.
They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
What they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against some people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jacorian Bennett has it, and the Cards are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Go!
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall.
The 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. On 1st down, right back to Hall.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on.
Buffalo 18.
Here's Williams. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Throwing is Williams. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And this one is right through. And that will tie us at 3-3. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they want, which was a touchdown. They did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides would be thrilled with that.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Up the middle they go. Huffman. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Willis. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
25 yards that time.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Looking to throw is Williams. Eluding the pressure right. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Rome Odunze, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-3. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Huffman. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Sheds off the tackle. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Straight ahead is Hall. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On 3rd down, here's Hall. Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Hall again. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. The Broncos at 6-1 now through 7 weeks of the season. And they come in riding high, just one loss in their last 7 games.
And I like the way that this team is winning football games because they're doing it the way that coaches love to preach. Penalties at a minimum because they've been very disciplined, very focused in their business.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go, Shaq.
Paul on a give up the middle. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Breece Hall, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 17-3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos.
So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football. Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
To throw, it's Williams. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Let's go.
They'll run with Hall. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Breece Hall with career touchdown number 145, tying it with Marcus Allen for 6th on the all-time list. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. Now the try here for the point after. And that'll increase their lead to 28. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. So now, Charles, this drive, maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Willis. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Jermaine Johnson. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
18 back.
Now Willis. And this is caught. It's Brown. Down to the 10. Touchdown, Cardinals. Chase Brown with career touchdown number 96. He joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list. And the Cardinals get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. To throw, Williams. He's got this to Pickens. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line. Rig alert, rig alert. 19 tight, 19 tight. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Chap 60. Ready, ready?
Back to throw. Williams. He'll look middle here and get it to Odunze. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Ready? Street. Come 19. 70 Ranger.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Shut up. 7 Pirates. Mustang 19. Ready?
Again, he'll drop to throw. He sets to fire deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
19 Tiger. Unlock Lion.
They'll give the haul. And they do get this across midfield of the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down.
18 Rattler. Go.
A final shot before break. Williams. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Here we go, set. 19 Lions. Check go.
Here's Williams throwing to start the drive. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Here's a 2nd and 7. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Check, 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 check. Ready, ready?
They'll look to throw now on first down. Got an open man. It's Pickens. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 2 yards to go. 2nd down.
19 tight, 19 tight. Let's go.
Off the play fake, it's Williams. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
60 Eagles. Here we go, here we go.
They'll run with Hall. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. To the air, Williams. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Let's go now.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Williams. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Cardinals are going to get the football back at their own 17. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them. And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Ready? 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
Now Willis to throw. Steps away. Powerful running. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. To throw, here's Willis. Flush to his right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the first down.
And that one to the right side and incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Willis looking to throw it. Flushed out right. Willis hits the turf, sliding down and picking up the first. A good pickup there, a 22. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 39-yard line. Now from the gun, here's Willis. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now a handoff up the middle. Huffman. And he'll go down at the 28. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Willis. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great play there. 28 yards. And the Cardinals get a bit closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Here's 3rd and 9.
Track at 60. Let's go.
In motion goes the tight end. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
And we all know how talented this guy is, who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
This is brought in at the 21. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, playing the same tempo, the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 5. Up the middle they go. Huffman. And this is going to be a Cardinals first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Willis looks to pass it here. He's airing it out for Williams. This is caught inside the 15. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A huge play there for Arizona. 54 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Willis will look to throw it. And he is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Cardinals are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. The Cardinal offense not going anywhere. They'll stay out and go for 2.
The Cardinals will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
Willis will try and throw for this. Sliding out of the pocket. And he will get into the end zone. So that shaves 2 more off the deficit as they now trail by 5. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 3. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. Second down and 3.
Stephanie, 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Panther Street, Panther Street.
Williams with a little touch pass forward. And he stopped immediately there. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 101 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll go again with Hall. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Looking to throw. Williams. Finds Pickens out right. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Hook up a 15 yards there. And that's going to bring up second down.
Ready? Go!
Here's Williams. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Cards are right back in this football game. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago. But that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this fourth quarter. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Cardinals are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. If you've been waiting all day for Sunday night, it's been worth the wait. All tied here in the fourth as the kick is away. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing is Williams. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. A give to Hall running right. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back 1st downs. 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here we go, set. 18, Pioneer.
Looking to throw is Williams. Escaping the pressure right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. To throw, it's Williams. Open man, right side, it's Lamb. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Go!
And boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. He tried to do it himself, but couldn't find his way to the marker. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the 4th quarter. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And this one is incomplete.
That would have been a nice one to hit on in a tie game. You start to think that one big play, maybe the next big play, could turn out to be the game winner. They took the big shot, but it winds up incomplete.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
In motion right, that's Williams. The shotgun snap to Willis. And this is going to be intercepted. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right Last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here. Here's Hall again. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
70 Timberwolves. Street. Right there.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. Down the sideline he goes. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. And his kick is indeed good, and they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Pass the 60.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Here comes 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Huffman. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Now a give, right side. Huffman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Just the one timeout remaining as they try to navigate this 2-minute drill. 1st and 10. He's going to let it fly. That is incomplete.
They took a big shot there for the end zone, and if he finds a way to come up with it, that might be your game winner. But it was not to be. The coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Throwing, Willis. Forced out, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Marquise Bell in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Now Willis. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And that is ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. Willis, 4th down, has to have it. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. The win for the Broncos, seemingly assured. They go down to a knee. And they take a knee.
Well, we all just got a heck of a show, partner. This was a close game for a long time. Close at half, close down the stretch. Home team finds a way to get it done, a narrow victory.
Yeah, they finished with a flourish, didn't they? Because there were times where each side looked like they were the better team out there. And the outcome was in doubt for much of this game. Every snap seemingly more important than the previous one. Great effort from the guys visiting. But in the end, how about those guys in their home stadium finding a way to win?
So for Denver, the victory moves them to 7-1 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Arizona,